The Twisted Threads of Love, a General Hospital saga. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into the tangled web of relationships on General Hospital. And trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Lucas' sizzling encounter with a mystery man, Brad's mistakes, and all the drama that's about to unfold. Let's get into it. As the General Hospital spoiler videos played out across social media, fans were buzzing with theories. Who was the mystery man in Lucas' life? Would Brad's scheming finally catch up with him? And could there be redemption for the pair of ex-lovers? In the world of Port Charles, nothing was ever simple. Brad's return to Port Charles. The first glimpse of Brad Cooper stepping into General Hospital was enough to set the rumor mill ablaze. After years away, Brad was back, older, perhaps wiser, but still carrying the weight of his past mistakes. He strode into the hospital lobby, his signature smirk intact, though his eyes betrayed a hint of vulnerability. As he waited for his meeting with Terry Randolph, the hospital's co-chief of staff, he couldn't help but notice the wary glances cast his way. "Brad Cooper," Terry said, stepping out of her office. "Welcome back. Let's talk." Inside, Terry made it clear she was giving Brad a second chance, despite the protests of some staff members, most notably Portia Robinson. "You messed this up, Brad, and you're done here. No schemes, no shortcuts. Just work hard and prove you've changed," Terry said, her tone firm. Brad nodded. "You won't regret it." But regret was a word Brad knew all too well. Lucas' comeback. Meanwhile, across town, Lucas Jones was adjusting to his own return to Port Charles. After a tumultuous few years away, he had finally decided to come back and rebuild his life. Lucas had moved into a cozy apartment overlooking the harbor and resumed his position as a respected doctor at the hospital. However, the sight of Brad in the halls was a jarring reminder of the past. Their first meeting was frosty. "Brad," Lucas said, his tone curt as they crossed paths in the break room. "Lucas," Brad replied, his smile faltering. "I'm surprised they let you back," Lucas said, grabbing his coffee. "I've changed," Brad insisted. "I know I messed up before, but I'm trying to make things right." Lucas sighed. "We'll see." Though their interactions remained professional, a flicker of their old connection lingered beneath the surface. The secrets begin. Brad's efforts to stay on the straight and narrow were tested when he stumbled upon sensitive information about Portia Robinson. As he reviewed lab results for a case, he noticed something unusual about Heather Weber's tests. Confronting Portia privately, Brad couldn't resist using the leverage. "Portia, I know you don't trust me, but if you want this to stay quiet, maybe you could cut me some slack," Brad said, his tone a mix of guilt and determination. Portia's eyes narrowed. "Don't push me, Brad." The blackmail wasn't malicious. It was more of a desperate move to secure his position. But Brad didn't realize how quickly the situation could spiral out of control. Lucas meets the mystery man. Amidst the hospital drama, Lucas found himself at the Harborview Cafe one evening, sipping coffee and reading over patient charts. That's when he noticed a man sitting at a nearby table, stealing glances in his direction. The man, tall and charismatic, eventually approached. "Mind if I join you?" he asked, his voice smooth but warm. Lucas hesitated but nodded. "Sure." "I'm Felix," the man said, extending a hand. "Felix Lyle." Lucas introduced himself, and the two quickly fell into an easy conversation. Felix was charming, funny, and seemed genuinely interested in getting to know Lucas. For the first time in a long while, Lucas felt a spark. The green-eyed monster. When Brad learned about Lucas' new connection, he was consumed with jealousy. Though he had no claim over Lucas anymore, the thought of someone else stepping into his life stung. At first, Brad tried to play it cool, but his emotions got the better of him. "I hear you've been spending time with Felix," Brad said, cornering Lucas in the hospital corridor. Lucas frowned. "Why is that any of your business?" I don't trust him," Brad said, scrambling for an excuse. "Do you even know anything about him?" Lucas crossed his arms. "You're one to talk about trust." The confrontation only fueled Brad's determination. Felix's hidden agenda. Unbeknownst to Lucas, Felix wasn't entirely who he claimed to be. Behind his charming exterior was a man with his own secrets and a connection to Selena Wu's criminal empire. Felix's interest in Lucas wasn't purely romantic. He had been sent to Port Charles to gather intel on the Corinthos family, and Lucas was an unwitting pawn in his game. But as Felix spent more time with Lucas, genuine feelings began to develop. Brad's redemption arc. When Brad uncovered Felix's true intentions, he was torn. On one hand, he wanted to expose Felix and win Lucas back. On the other, he knew his history of scheming made him the least credible source. Determined to do the right thing, Brad confronted Felix directly. "I know who you are," Brad said, his voice steady despite his nerves. Felix smirked. "And what are you going to do about it?" "I'm going to protect Lucas," Brad said. Their confrontation escalated, and Brad found himself in over his head. But at the last moment, he managed to warn Lucas about Felix's deception. Love rekindled. Lucas was initially furious with Brad for interfering, but as Felix's true nature was revealed, his anger turned to gratitude. "Why did you do it?" Lucas asked Brad after the dust settled. "Because I care about you," Brad admitted. "I always have." Lucas sighed. "You've got a lot to make up for, Brad. But maybe we can start over." A new beginning. As 2025 unfolded, Lucas and Brad began to rebuild their relationship, taking things one step at a time. The road wasn't easy, but they were both committed to making it work. Meanwhile, Felix's betrayal left ripples throughout Port Charles, hinting at even greater dangers to come. General Hospital spoilers. Brad Cooper's return. GH spoilers reveal that fans were surprised when Brad came back to Port Charles. Brad insisted he had learned his lesson and wanted another chance at the hospital. While Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, Flipped Out, Terry Randolph, Cassandra James gave Brad a chance. So far, Brad has been doing well at work. Well, with the exception of basically blackmailing Portia over Heather Weber's, Allie Mills, test results. GH spoilers. Lucas Jones' comeback. Shortly after Brad got his job back at the hospital, Lucas also returned to Port Charles. In the beginning, Lucas made it clear that he wanted nothing to do with Brad. However, things have eased up between the former lovers since then. While it seems Brad has hope for a reunion with Lucas, his secrets could ruin that possibility. General Hospital spoilers. Portia Robinson's blackmail. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Lucas might learn that Brad is putting pressure on Portia. Lucas would definitely blow up at Brad taking advantage of the situation. There is already a lot of pressure and drama in Lucas' life, including Wiley Corinthos, Byron Weaver, living situation amid Willow Tate Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, divorce. So while Brad might want to defend his blackmail, Lucas probably won't want to hear it. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.